So first we want to start the machine. You see here the main switch. Emergency switch is activated. Okay.
Somebody was sitting on it.
Good catch.
Yeah. Did the workers work today on this machine?
I don't think so. That's from whatever.
Yesterday we have a set of 500 and wheel 150. No, we have 0. I'm not sure. I think they produced a bale, but I'm not sure. Okay.
Not too much strapping out there.
No. I'm not sure what happens in the night. Huh? Okay. So, first of all, I will describe to you this machine. It's a little bit different as we have by a V-press. So, we have here a small bale, channel baler, and you see here that we have cylinder. And different by this cylinder is that we have only one hose to the cylinder. Means we can only extend the cylinder by hydraulic pressure, and we can lose the pressure, and then the cylinder come back in a position only from the pressure of the material. Yeah? So we have only one income hose, and here's only air filter on this side. So we move the cylinder, and then we press out the air, and when the cylinder goes in a backward position, the cylinder suck in the air. Yeah? Okay. And this is, for example, our restrictor, where you can choose how fast it opens or closed. Yeah? And it's very important here that we make them very carefully, to make them very slowly, because we lift or we press down this part here, and when we press down them, we press in the side walls, for example. And though we press the material internal this channel and hold the material in a fixed position. And during we have here pressure, we can press new material on the back side of this bale. And then when we reach 190 bar, and therefore we need the pressure switch adjusted on 190 bar, not 160. When we reach 190 bar, and when we reach also the proximity switch for the position open press chamber, channel, then we reduce the pressure from this side, and the material have so much pressure for lift up the top and press out the side walls. And so the cylinder move in the basic position only from the pressure from this material. So we need only one hose, and so we have it also by the bigger cylinder, by the bigger baling presses, VK presses, that we only have this line. And it makes sense, otherwise when we bring oil in this part, we bring the cylinder completely down, and it's not necessary. The cylinder should only move so much as the material need for moving, not more. Okay? So you can see when I press here, the cylinder will extend and will compact the material. Look on the cylinder. Yeah, cylinder move a little bit, yeah?
Just barely though.
Yeah, okay. So it means when I have new material, we press the material comes here in this press chamber, yeah? And when the light barrier, for example, here is interrupted, the press ram start automatically. Yeah? And then we press on the next bale, for example, such a part, yeah? That's so thick. And this part is always what we have to move forward with the whole channel material. Yeah? Okay. Exactly, yeah? Okay. And then here on this side, we have here no signal for bale ready with a pressure control system. Here we measure the length of the bale. Means when I lift up this part here, you will see a wheel with single tooth. Yeah? Lift up them and you see here a wheel with tooth. Yeah?
Yeah.
And every tooth give a signal. When you have contact in front of the proximity switch, give a signal. And every signal means normally a length of 43 millimeters, but in this case we make steps 500, 500 or 50, 50, 50. Not exactly the length, only a number, 50, 50. And here we choose the length 500, so we need 10 signals from these tools for make bale ready. Okay? So, how it works? For example, you can look on this display there. There's in a moment 0, and then I manipulate this wheel here. You will see that the bale increase. Yeah? Say when we have 500.
One more.
500. Okay. Now we have 500 so long as the bale now, and we want to have a bale length of 500. And normally, when it works well, when I press now forward, the bale ready signal should light. I hope so. Okay. Yeah, it works. I'm happy. So, okay. Now the bale is ready, and the press ram stopped in the position for strapping.
Okay.
So, now we have to strap the bale, because it makes no sense, because the bale is not length enough now. Yeah? But what we have to do is open this flap here, and now you see the press ram in the front position. Then we have to take the needle here and go through the press ram on the bottom side, turn the needle, and then we can catch the tape under the machine. And then we can pull the tape. No, we can't, because before we have opened the brake, the tape brake. Yeah? Here, for example, is a tape brake here. So we have opened this, and then we can take new material from the roll. Yeah? And when I pull now the tape, then I get tape from the roll side. Yeah? So, but I don't want to do it because I have only such a long bale. It makes no sense to strap them now. Yeah? Okay, I have to do it 1, 2, 3 times. Yeah? And then I have to knock. And also here it's very important to make the knock on the right side of the loop. Yeah? So you get a loop here, and the first one of the loop comes from the bale, and the second one comes from the tape roller. Okay. So you have to cut off normal. By new one we have a knife here. The old one we have put a separate knife. Then we cut off the loop, and then we bring this part here and make the knock with this both, and then we strap the bale in this direction. Only do it by hand, and I think it's very easy when you want to do it. Yeah? When you don't want to do it, for example, and that's what we do now, we don't strap the bale, and I think, should my colleague made it tomorrow, I open the door, and then I close the door now, then the bale ready signal is reset. Yeah? So the machine can control if you have really made a knock. Yeah? So when I close the door, now the bale signal is.
So when you opened that before, did it reset?
When I do it before the bale ready signal came,
yeah, when we first got here, you opened it before the bell ready.
nothing
so
happens. Nothing
it?
happened. No.
Oh.
No, what we have now is okay. What you now have is set 500, and actually the wheel value is 0. Yeah. So, and I know that we have yesterday a bale length of 150. I'm not sure why we have 0 today. So I will bring a bale length of 150 once again. I hope the colleagues don't press something. 1, 2, 3. 150 now?
One more.
One more? So I hope.
There you go.
Okay, 150 now. So you can manipulate them, and so you can show your customer how it works with Bale Ready. Yeah. And now I have a normal situation. Now I bring back the breast ram in the start position. And now I can open this flap or close the flap. Nothing happened. Okay? Only when I have the Bale Ready signal. When I open them and close them, then reset, and then I can press additional. But the breast don't control if the bale is trapped. Yeah? Okay? Then you have to bring in new tape, because you have the loop from this back side. Bring the tape and bring it only so long as it needs. Here only on the press channel top. Yeah. When you have it too short, for example, then it can be possible that your bale is not finished, but your tape is too small. Yeah. Then you can make strap the bale every time. Yeah. For example, open them, bring the press ram in the front position, and then strap the bale, and then you should make on this part Bale Ready signal on 0, or you can also do it as the menu. Yeah, this is easier. Yeah. Okay. So this was the machine here. I think not so complicated. Oh. Okay. Now we want to see something about the menu here. We want to operate the menu. Okay. Go in the setup menu, or go in the next menu, or go up in the settings. Okay. Press plus and minus for 3 seconds. Okay. So, and now you can choose with plus or minus the different steps. Yeah. Remember to the first chart. Yeah. You can choose. You choose minus. You find, for example,
system.
Yeah. Next one, error memory, for example. Yeah. So we can read the error memories. Next one is user language. Yeah. So you can change the user language in Japanese or in German or in other languages. Okay. Next one is
Actual values.
Actual values. Okay. There you find how many working hours, how many bales, etc., etc. Yeah.
Bale length.
Bale length. Okay. When you want to choose acknowledge with 2 buttons for 3 seconds, for example, then you find 500, and then you can add 550, 600. Count how much it works. I think 950. It's the maximum. Okay, yes. But these are not millimeters, because I say we only make steps with 5 or 50 steps. And the real length of one signal is 43 millimeter only. Yeah? So it make all the yeah, okay, you can go downwards. So 200 is the smallest one. Yes, make no sense to make 200 long bales, yeah, but it's possible, yeah. Okay. Now you're stored. Otherwise, when you only leave this menu, you don't change anything, yeah. Okay. Now you're out of the menu now, no? This is the automatic button, so it means you have to bring this machine here in automatic mode, and then you can start the FA. Yeah. So on here was one menu, for example, system. When you acknowledge, 3 seconds, nothing happened. That's okay though, because no operator should come in a system where you can change some settings, for example. Yeah.
That's the 3 buttons, the up, down, and center button.
You have no change to come in this menu, only when I give you a tip.
Okay. Hidden button.
Huh? Hidden button. Take a hammer. Take a hammer. Inside the cabinet, you will find, but when you open the cabinet, I teach you, switch off the main.
Good idea.
Yeah? every time. Switch off the, and internal the mini and internal. So when you go underneath, you find here a dip switch unit, the blue one. Yeah.
Yep.
And the dip switches are 8 switches. Don't film that now. It's a very. There are 8 switches, yeah? And with the switches, you can switch 1 or 2 only, on or off, yeah? And with these switches, you program, for example, the machine here, yeah? And all the program steps for this machine, yeah? Every different machine have other switch settings, yeah?
Configurations.
Yeah. And when you want to come in the system, you are HSM technical and technical know, you should know that you have to switch the part 8 from 0 to 1. The last switch on 1, and then you are be able to come in the service menu.
The last one on the other end.
Yes.
So do you still have to hold down the positive, negative?
Yeah. Yeah. But this is really not necessary to do it because there are the settings. But sometimes some of our colleagues will tell you, okay, go in the setting and adjust the pressing time or something else. Yeah. But this is only for your internal part. Yeah. Yesterday we did it with the group. I switched the point 8 from 0 to 1, and then we can accept the system, and then we was inside. Okay? But this is really very deep in technology. Yeah?
It's just good for us to know.
Yeah, but I think you don't need it.
We don't, right?
Okay. Okay? Be sure when you open this cabinet, you should be an electrician. You are electrician? I heard something? No? Okay. Then normally you are not allowed to open this. Yeah? This is the problem. In Germany, only an electric technician or electric educated person is allowed to open the door. Because when we have switch off, for example, the main switch, we have power inside on all cables which are red mantled. So when I touch this one, I can get the electric shock. Yeah? So you should know some basic before you open this. Never open the cabinet when you have switch on. By the big machines, for example, it's only possible to open the cabinet only with the main switch. So we have switch off, and then only you can open them. Here you can open it with this key, also when you have switch on them. But you should know what you do. No? Okay. Tomorrow we will train some things about electrical, because when you have to replace some electrical components, I'm not sure if you are allowed to do it. Depend on your company, head of company. If you say, okay, when we have to change some electrical components, then we will give the order to an electric specialist. I'm not sure what you do. By the normal parts, you also.
Yeah, we don't have to be like an electrician.
Okay, so you do all electric parts.
Yep.
On. Okay.
We pretty much end at the wall.
Right, it's,
Okay.
we start from the plug, or if it's hardwired from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in German we have, I think a law, or I think rules, that only is allowed that electric educated person do some changings in the electric cabinet. And so we trained them, all our technicians, in electric knowledge. And so they got a certification, our own HSM electrician got a certification that they can do some things. Yeah? But we have also a lot of subcontractors in different countries, in Italy, in Spain, and so on. They say, sorry. Psst. Ruhe. Okay. Yeah, nice music. Okay, and we have a lot of subcontractors. And I train them some basics in electric, and also I will do it tomorrow to you. But I'm not allowed to give them the certification that they are and you are next week electric qualified person. Yeah, and you do it on your own risk. Yeah, and you should know with your board of company if you are allowed to do something or no. Yeah, so only the basic, and this is enough for me now. Yeah, okay. And tomorrow we will train some things, because when you have to change some parts in an electric unit, then you have to make some final tests for be sure that you have did it correctly. Yeah, and for this test you need a special test unit, and I'm not sure if you have some units, because it's, some units are very expensive. Yeah, but I will show you it for you tomorrow. One is to check the insulation, yeah, between the three phases to PE, earth conductor, for example. That's the one test. And the other one is to test the earth conductor to all metal parts in the machine. Those are two very important now. Sorry. I can't open it. Okay. And these are the most important parts which you have to check when you change some electric components. Yeah? And in Germany we have also some contracts with some customers that we do such tests every 4 years. Yeah? And after every replacement. Yeah? And I'm not sure if you have some additional contracts here or some similar contracts. Okay. The responsibility for these checks is every time by the owner of the machine, yeah, not by HSM. When the owner say, okay, I don't have to make the checks, yeah, then it's his risk, yeah, also in Germany, yeah. But when the owner have a contract with HSM that we have to check or to do the checks every year or every 4 years, then we have to come on site, and then we only have to send electric qualified persons. Yeah, of course. Okay?
So are most of the machines landing in the US three-phase? Or most of them first one single stage? Like even those, are all those going to land three-phase, or are they all one?
Yeah, all the post office, all the three phases, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Questions to this machine here? No? You find the new version of this machine outside in the other warehouse place in combination with the PT perforator. Yeah? And you will see that the machine is a little bit younger, this one, but the most different is the press channel is longer. Why is it so? We need the press channel for break the material. And for example, PT is a little bit more slidering. So we need more material, more material on the side and on the top for break the material. Yeah? So this channel is longer than this one, for example. Yeah? And we have also some special VK presses only for compact PET. And though we have also longer parts here. Okay. Question to the menu. I think it's also clear. Yeah. Here you don't need a password. Yeah. And here you have only press the both button for 3 seconds, and then you have all the options. And you have to acknowledge when you say, okay, I will change, for example, the language. You have to go in a language, and then you have acknowledge, and then you can choose different language, and then you can store them by pressing also both buttons for 3 seconds. Also very easy. Yeah. But here you don't need, for example, a password. Yeah. Okay. And here you have the possibility to make also, and I gave you the information, you may make a reset, for example. Sometimes it's possible that the electronic hang on, yeah? And before you replace the electronic, you can make a reset, yeah? Press 3 buttons, switch off, switch on, and so on. So you have to do some things, yeah? But new control panel, there's a small button on the main board. I will show it here, because it's not so easy to come internal the cabinet, because the cabinet is screwed now. No? But there's on the main board is a small button, white button, and you press them, you also can make a restart. Yeah, a little bit easier as we have here. Okay, but I learned it also a few days before I come here. I asked our technician, what is this for a button? Okay, for make a restart. Okay, nice to hear it.
We're gonna need that to lock this up.
Okay, we need them.
Does that reset, when you restart the new one, does it reset back to German?
Sorry?
If you reset this one, it goes back to German. Does the new ones do that too?
No.
No.
No, normally not. Reset you have only done when the electronic hang on, yeah? And sometimes you can test if it can make a restart, and when it don't works, you have to replace the electronic, yeah? Anywhere, yeah? But the first step is to test it with a reset, yeah? Okay, now I will switch off my phone completely. Our guys yesterday said it's a little bit problem when you have unequal level on the bottoms, yeah? So we are not able to move the machine. We only be on the roller, and sometimes it's not so easy to bring the FA over the machine because we have uneven level. That's a little bit problem. But I can solve this problem. I have no idea what we can do.
We had some problems with the 503.
Yeah.
We couldn't get the KP80 under it.
Okay.
We had to put 1/4-inch plates under the wheels.
Okay, yeah.
To get them up.
That's also what I say to do. Yeah. I have no other idea.
I
Yeah.
was just wondering if anybody else had any problems like that.
Sometimes. But normally when the floor level is equal, it should work.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have a problem in the floor level, yeah.
Well, I think all the ones we sent out, all the KP80s.
Yeah, one time we sent one out and they didn't need it there, but we needed it here. So they ended up taking it off.
Okay, clear this machine? Yeah. I think for the hydraulic, this is the older one version. You will find some different valves, for example, not the same as I show you in the presentation, but they works in the same way. Yeah. So you have also a pressure switch. It looked a little bit different. You have also a pressure relief valve and so on. You have a connector for the gauge and so on. And so it works, I think, very close to the machine which we trained today. Yeah. Okay. Should you look to this machine once? You know the machine? The hard drive shredder. This is the smaller version. Here we have only one cutting unit inside. And it's a little bit easier. You can flip off the machine here, yeah? And so you can reach the cutting unit. You have to lose some screws here and then you can flip off the machine complete.
And it's hinged.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the bigger version is a little bit higher, and there we have two cutting units, yeah? But the operation panel or operation button is the same which you know from the Securio line, yeah? So we have some, the same jamming here, for example, jamming stage 1, jamming stage 2, but here we have only one, so it is not actuated. Jamming in the place between both cutting units is not activated, and so you have only open door, you have jamming 1 and not more. So, and here is a reverse button. So the machine, I think, is very easy for operate. Yeah. Then you have the conveyor belt. There it can be a little bit critical. There's the old version. I think so. Yes, the old version. You have some problem with the old version that some parts are jammed between the coverings and also the belt. And it's not so easy. And now we have a new version. I see you have a lot of conveyor belts in the warehouse now. And sometimes it's necessary to readjust the conveyor belt. Yeah? There are some screws on the bottom side, so you can extend, for example, and tighten the belt. Yeah? And though you can also tighten them left hand or right hand side for make sure that the belt is running parallel. Yeah? Okay. Any questions? No?
Pretty straightforward.
Okay. Then I think we go to the new machines, and then we want to operate the panel once again. and go also in the service menu with the password 4466. Okay? Press KP40. This is the smallest combination press for FA400. And here you see the press ram is in down position. Yeah? And here you have also the situation that you can't disconnect the press ram with the cylinder only with a puncher. Yeah? And also the same situation by the KP88. So you need special puncher, and I give you a list tomorrow which kind of puncher you need if you have to replace, for example, a cylinder or a press plate. Yeah? But normally, I think this machine works very long without problem. You only press material downwards in a cupboard, yeah? Or in a frame. It's also possible that you bring a frame internal with a plastic sack. Yeah? And so the machine, I think, will work 20 hours without 20 years without problems. Sometimes you should change the hoses. It's also necessary that you replace all hydraulic hoses every 6 years, because the hoses, the rubber of the hoses, get older, and it's not exactly a rule, not a law. I think only a rule that you should, not you have to, you should replace all hydraulic hoses every 6 years for prevent an accident. Yeah, but when you are still close to the machine and one hoses, what means explodes, yeah, explode, yeah, for example, then it can be risky for you, yeah, and so we replace them normally when the customers want to pay for that, yeah. Some customers say, okay, no, don't do it, yeah. The responsible is by our customer, yeah, and by the owner of the machine, but we recommend it to replace them every 6 years. Okay. Here you see here the different, also the press which we can combine with the FA500. Yeah, the same situation, the same flap here, but only the press is different. So here we press against this counterplate, not in a channel, and this counterplate is locked with a hydraulic locking system. And I show you some pictures which is work. Yeah, so we press the material step by step against the plate, and when the bail ready signal appears here, then we have to lock off the counterplate, and then we can flat up the bail on the bottom, and then we press out the material in a plastic sack. So it works very easy. Yeah? Okay. Here you see the electric components. Yeah. You see, yeah, the most units are the same. Here we have 2 valves, for example, 1 valve for the main cylinder and 1 additional valve for the lock system. Yeah. I look here, there's the pressure switch, there's the connecting point, yeah, and here is the pressure relief valve. So it looks very similar to these components which we see on the V-press. Yeah. And here, for example, you see the signs Epsilon 2.5, it's only found in the electric diagram, not in the hydraulic diagram. Yeah? But by these small machines, we don't have the table in front of the electric diagram, so you have no possibility to find this number and find the number for the hydraulic, but it's very easy to find this both valves. Yeah? One valve is for the main, and the other valve is for the second cylinder for the door lock system. Yeah? Okay, so it's very easy. All of this here is a filter, yeah. So only an air filter, not the hydraulic oil filter, only the air filter, because the tank have to breathe, yeah, breathe, yeah, in and out, yeah. And so we make sure that the air which come in is clean, yeah. Okay. Now, I think we have a new candidate for operate the machine now. Okay, so we learned a lot. We learned how we can choose the different programs. Okay, cupboard, film, press down or press up. Yeah, we can also choose automatic or manual. We know how we can come in the setup menu with the code 4455. And now we want to go in the system menu. By this machine, you know we have to switch the part 8, and here you have a new password. The password is 4466. Do you want to test if you come in?
Sure.
Yeah? Try it. Start with menu. Start with menu button. Okay. Then go downwards. 1. Next. 2. Next. 3. Next. Language. Okay. 4. Think about. You need step 4. Yeah. And next one. Next. Yeah. Okay. Now we are in the system. Okay. Acknowledge or enter. Now. This is enter. Okay, now type in 4466. Okay, enter. Okay, now we are in a system. Yeah, it's only allowed for the HSM technician. Yeah, and now you can choose which possibility you have in this system. Choose with this button downwards. Okay, inclination means we have 9 times inclination. We did it yesterday, because we have replaced the system, and every time when we go downwards we got the wrong message, unequal loaded, because we played a little bit on the screws. Yeah? Yeah? And so we got this 9 parts yesterday. Okay, so it's very important for you, for a technician, when your customer said my bale weight is too light, or when you see internal that some for example, some welding lines are broken, then you know that the machine was very often under stress, for example. Very important for you to know it. Yeah? The next point is bale too big. Bring hammer here. Okay, this is the this is the error message. Yeah, I didn't know this error message. Bale too big means by the last stroke, the press have the possibility that when you have the bale ready signal, that you have one possibility to make one additional stroke. Yeah, this stroke is only necessary to bring in a lay of cardboard on the top of the bale, not more, for covering the small pieces. Yeah? But when you fill up then the press chamber with a lot of material, then it can be that the last stroke make the bale too high. And then you are not able to disconnect or to connect the bale ready or the bale injector. And then you can have the problem bale ready, because we don't get a signal from this flag. And this is one of this error. Yeah? Okay, then you can teach your customer what it did wrong. For example, the last stroke is only for covering the top of the bale with a cardboard layer, for example, not more.
Will it say bale ready and then you have one last stroke?
You have the possibility to lift up once again, and then you should only bring a cardboard layer on the top. So normally we recommended to put one cardboard layer on the bottom side. Depends on your material, of course. Yeah, when you have big cupboards, and it's not necessary, but you have small piece of papers, for example, then you should bring one cardboard layer on the floor and the last one on the top of the bale, and then you can do it with the last stroke. Yeah, and in this case, I'm not sure where the fault message is coming from. I think yesterday we played a little bit there. And then it's the problem that you make the last stroke and then you don't reach the switch with the switch cam, and that you get the fault message. Okay, so we have stored here. Yesterday I learned that are 16 positions. Yeah, the biggest one is 16. In my presentation are only 15. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, the next one is control time. 30 seconds means when the press drum starts from the top position, the monitoring time starting also. And we don't reach the switch, for example, internal the 30 seconds, you get an error message. I'm not sure exactly how it calls, overtime or, yeah, or I'm not sure exactly, yeah. So it means when your switch is broken, for example, then you get such a time, yeah, or such an error message, yeah. And then your customer called you and say, okay, I have a problem. The press bring me every time time over, yeah. Then you can imagine that he don't get the signal for press down, for example. And this was also the situation, as I told you, when you want to make the setting by yourself, switch off or disconnect the cable from this switch, and then you can press 30 seconds, and then you get the same message. And then you can acknowledge them, and you can press again, and you know why the fault is coming, yeah? But you have 30-second time for make the adjustments. Okay? The next time is post-press time, 4 seconds. We need the post-press time. Yeah, I will describe it tomorrow for bail, for make sure that the bail is compacted. Yeah, so we have a signal that the press RAM is in this position, and then we count the post-press time 4 seconds for make sure that the bail is hard compacted. So, and these both settings don't change these values. Yeah, 30 seconds, and they're all different. Every press at different times. Yeah. The next one which we have is model, yeah, and here no or yes, you can choose yes, yeah, and then you can acknowledge, and you see then the different models, yeah. Here we have 820 plus, and now I can choose every different machine are stored in this panel, yeah, and then when I replace such electronic from your service car in one of this machine, then you have to store the correct machine. Yeah? And after them, normally you have to make a restart. Yeah? So when I go backwards, save, no, then I have to make a restart. Okay? For make sure that the settings are clear. So first we have to make a restart, and now we have to go once again in the service menu. Do we want to go in the service menu? You are in the setup menu. Okay. Once again, setup menu is 4455, yeah, and service is this one there, one up. Yeah, now we are in service. Now 4466. Okay, so we can switch down. That's all the possible, you know. And now here the last one is the hydraulic test. I told you when it is necessary to start the hydraulic test. Yeah, normally when the press RAM starts, we only reach the switch. When we leave the switch, the press RAM goes directly upwards. In this case, we want to do the hydraulic test. Yes. And then, okay, it cannot start because the door is open. So the press shouldn't work when the press is open. So when I close the machine, close the door, then I have hydraulic test 0. So I have replaced some parts. And now I want to be sure that everything is sealed. Yeah? And now I start the hydraulic test. And here that the press goes now complete on pressure. We count how long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, approx 5 seconds. Yeah? Yeah? So, and that works 10 times. Okay? And after them, you can control if there any oil bubble, yeah, or oil drops. Yeah?
So does it just make you shut the door since you don't really have control over it coming up and down?
It only works with a closed door. You can only operate the machine with the open door only in the setup menu. Yeah? Okay, but you can interrupt it. Yeah? Normally it goes 10 times. Yeah? And after them you can control if everything is sealed. Yeah? Okay? press 3 seconds of menu, then you are out of the system, and by this system you every time have to make a restart. By the setup menu it's not necessary. Everyone to test it? Is it clear how you come in? Yeah?
I think it's pretty clear.
Okay. Yes. Any questions to this machine? I think everything is clear. Pretty good. So I did a good job. Oh, good. Let us look something to this machine for final. What is different with this machine? Here we have a sliding door, for example. And here, for example, are also the spacers, yeah?
Yeah.
This part, don't remove them. Here we have a sliding door, and this sliding door open automatically against this flap door, yeah? So we have here a magnet, yeah? And this magnet is be activated, and then we move this part here, yeah? For example, I can show it you. A little bit, yeah? So, and normally this magnet only moves this part here, and then the door opens by themselves, yeah? So it's easy for this machine. So we come to the machine with hands full of material, and every time the door is open. And then you choose the program press foil with press slam down. Then it can be that you come with a lot of material and want to bring it in the machine, and therefore we have the red cross that you don't put the material on the press ram. The material should come under the press ram. Okay? This is only the reason for the red cross. Because it's not so problemless. Because we have this kind of cylinder. You don't see here the cylinder. You look here. I had, oh no, the wrong direction. I will show you the cylinder. Film on the press is a risk for the system, because you find in the cylinder, you find very good seal system for make sure that you have no oil on the cylinder piston rod, yeah? But the seals are looking in this direction, yeah? So, yeah? And in the other direction, it's possible when you have film directly on the piston rod and you suck it up, then it's possible that you bring the film in the cylinder. It's no joke, it's possible, yeah? And then you have film particles in the hydraulic system. Every valve is crazy, yeah? It works or works not, sometimes works, it works a little bit only. And you're not able to clean the system on custom site, yeah? So it's very helpful to have this kind of red stripes, yeah? And as I saw, it was 5 years ago, I was the head of the customer service department, and we have to go to, I think, more than 100 machines and replace such rubbers only. Because the customer have a problem with the operator, that a lot of operators bring the material on the machine. It was other machine, but not this machine. It was the VL500. They have only one cylinder in the middle and a lot of space around the cylinder. And so a lot of customers put material on the brush burn, yeah? So this is the reason for the red rubber stir. Okay? Then during the maintenance we have also control, for example, this lines here, it's called wire. What you call this line is? A cord, yeah, okay. This wire cord, yeah. And we have to control them, because when there's one line is open, then you have to replace them directly, because when there's a little bit damaging that one line is broken, the cord will be damaged during a few days then, yeah. And so when you find some damaging, also replace them, yeah. And we can replace them. No. Yeah, on this side, of course, but we have also see that we have here internal a counterweight, yeah. And when we close the door, you will find the screw where you can open and disconnect. Yeah, now you see the screw here, and when you open the screw, then you can replace the line. Yeah.
So how do you keep that in place? How do you keep that in place? Like the weight?
Yeah, this is a.
It'll just drop far enough that you still have access?
When we open the screw, the weight is in fixed position. It don't fall down.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you open the door, the weight is only go up, and this is the down position of the weight.
Okay.
Yeah. When you feel here, you feel that here is a drawer pin.
Okay.
Yeah. And the weight is staying on the drawer pin. Yeah.
I see.
You see. Okay. This part is, for example, to add some weight to the door, and so we make eagle that the counterplate or the counterweight and the door is in the same weight. Yeah, and then the door, carefully, when the door goes. I think this goes good. When it goes too fast on the down position, then you can remove some of this part and make the door a little bit lighter. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Good? Some questions? Otherwise, I think it's a good point to make a cut for today. Huh?
440?
No, we don't want to start with a new topic today. I think it's also enough. Yeah. And when you want to ask me some things, do it now. But I think the most topics for today resolved. Yeah? And tomorrow we will see some details in V-presses, for example, some repeating. Yeah? And we also will see why we have such flags, for example, here, this flag here, and what is the meaning and what do the flags, yeah? And how we create the bail ready signal by this machine. And by the smaller one, you know the difference in hydraulic is that by the smaller one, we don't have a pressure switch, but we have also the possibility to press foil, film and cupboard. And here we have also the possibility film or cupboard, but here we have a pressure switch. And tomorrow I will show you why we have to make this difference. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Good. Also from my point of view. Okay. This machine is our HL 1615. Yeah. I think it's a very easy machine also. So we have only press forward and backwards. We have a counter plate which we compact the material against the plate. Yeah. And then when the bail is ready, you don't get the bail ready signal. You only have to control in which position the press ram is. Yeah. From the side, you can see the press ram, and you don't get the electric or electronic signal. You have to control the position of the press ram. Yeah. Okay. And then we also have to strap the bail by hand. In this case, horizontal, and in this case, vertical. This is the most different. Yeah. And then when the bail is ready, we open the counter plate with two hands. We have also here in the blue one all the manual, yeah. Lift up the press ram, and then we can push out the bail with the main cylinder. Yeah. And so we have a long way for the main cylinder, first for compacting the material and then for press out. So you see the cylinder looks on the back side very long. Yeah. And I told you that we have by our new machine also necessary to have a long way for the press plate, but we have no space for the long cylinder. And so we have two cylinder packages, two outside and one main cylinder in the middle. Yeah? This is new construction now. Okay? Sounds good. Thank you for your interest. And I think now we do some other things.